Alright, so here's what we got. Got our battery, charge controller, solar panel. We have our inverter wired straight to the battery. And then a timer. And then our water pump. This is going to be the hose for the water pump. And then we've got bulkhead fitting for our tank, upper tank, and another bulkhead fitting. These two fittings will be for the hose from the pump to the bulkhead fitting, and then a hose going up inside the tank. And then these here are going to be for the PVC pipe that'll have our drain that's inside the tank. So this is the tanks that we're going to use. We'll be cutting the top out of this tank, the bottom out of this one, top out of this tank. This will be our tank that'll be underground filled with water. This tank will be just a spacer between the two, and then our water tub will sit on top of this tank here. And that's the plan. We'll see how it works. Alright, that was fun. So, got a cut. Probably going to trim this off the rest of the way so that this one sits down nice and flush, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Better. Alright. Saved you a little time and effort there. You didn't need to see all that. Broke a couple. Ow, that's hot. But not hot. Just warmer than I expected. Alright, now we'll cut the bottom. Alright, note to self. That type of blade, much better. Metal blade, not so much. It cuts much faster. A little bit more to clean up maybe, but... Alright, so we got both holes through the barrel. Alright, next step. Alright, so the barrels are ready. As you can see, that's what it looks like on the inside. So next step is to tape them together. So I'm just using some aluminum tape. That is show you what the final look like after I get done. Alright, so finished project, or finished product. Here you can see tape all the way around, down over that lip, so that should keep it pretty strong. Alright, on to the next step. Alright, so we're out here at the dig site. This is where the water is going to go, and just trying to get the hole deep enough. Look it up. I think we got the hole deep enough, flat enough at the bottom there, and Next step is going to be to put the barrels down inside. So what I've done here is put a 2x4 bolt screwed down to the top of the barrel, covered it with a extra piece of the cutout plastic so that no dirt will get down inside as we're filling in the hole, and get it all leveled up and start filling it back in. So the goal is to have that right at ground level, and then the tub itself is going to sit right on top of that barrel, so that one side of the tub is on this side of the fence and the other side is on that side of the fence, and all the plumbing works and stuff will be on this side. Alright, so got a little ahead of myself and forgot to film this, but so I've got my 40-gallon tank here, and I drilled, well, didn't drill, but cut with a jigsaw these two holes for the fittings, and now I'm working on the PVC pipe, which I placed in here, put a level across, and then marked it to cut it. And I'll go just a little bit lower than that so that the water level will be just below the top. Alright, well, we'll get on that. Alright, well, I have a bias for a reason. Maybe I should use it. Alright. That's good. That's going down in there. So you can see that's going to be right at the just below the lip for filling up the tank. Alright, on to the next step. Alright, so what we got next here, maybe on the side of the tank so you can ride on it. Hopefully it won't be too bumpy. Alright, so we got 1/2-inch tube here. That's going to go on this piece. And then this tube, I'm just going to put probably somewhere in here so that it'll create a little bit of movement. We'll zip tie this on here, and that will help. Should help with any freezing, but I don't think we're going to have a problem with the freezing. Alright, so that's going to go there. Tie maybe 2. Zip tie on here. Not too tight, and just the right level there. And for good measure, put a clamp on here. hooked on, that's the top side. And next we'll move on to the bottom side. Alright, so on this side, alright, good and tight. Then, this part, let's see here. Alright. Alright, so as you can see here on the bottom, we got this return pipe that'll go down to the tank, and then this will get hose that'll go down to the pump that'll be down inside the tank that'll pump the water up to the tub. So I believe the next step is go outside and get all this other stuff set up. Okay, so I just wanted to explain what is going on here. This is a old piece of conveyor belt that I cut a hole into. This is going to go under the tank, and just to provide some support so that the animals don't muddy up the area around the tank. So I ended up getting some help here, but then after watching this later realized that the camera was too far away and you couldn't hear us talking. So I'll go ahead and explain what's going on here. So we're putting the pump down into the lower tank, and we're putting a clamp on the 1/2-inch hose that'll go down, and then we're zip tying the cord for the pump to the hose so that it all stays together. and then that cord is plugged into an extension cord. Also, the camera died towards the end of this, and so you don't see us dropping the tank down in the hole. You can kind of use your imagination, but I don't have any video of that. But basically, we just lowered the tank and the hose and the pump and everything down into the hole, into the lower tank. And then on the next video, you'll see the fence that's in the background there gets put over the tank and posts put on each side, and all those things got done, but we didn't get it on camera. Alright, so here's the final setup. Alright, good morning. It's a cold morning here in Colorado, and just wanted to give an update on how this water system's been working. We've had below freezing temperatures all week, and it's been very cold at night. But as you can see, it's staying relatively thawed out here, at least in one side of it. The pump is set to come on every 15 minutes during the daytime when the sun is out to keep the battery charged up. Then at night it comes on once every hour for 15 minutes and cycles the water. And so it's keeping one side of this unfrozen, but definitely got a big block of ice in there. So we'll see how this thaws out over the next few days. We've got some sunny weather coming, but cloudy weather today. So just wanted to show what I ended up with. So in here we've got a deep cycle battery, and then that is connected to the solar panel through a charge controller. I'll show you in here. So in here we have the charge controller, an inverter, and then a mechanical timer, and then the extension cord goes down to the pump. I did not switch to a DC pump because I couldn't find one that would kind of fit what we needed, either too small or too big. So this is working pretty good now, and we'll see how it continues to work. But at this point, it's providing water for the animals, so that's what we need.